issue of AJL, Associated Journals, is an attempt by BJP's propaganda machinery to deviate, diverge and digress the attention of citizens from the multifarious vital issues of inflation, falling GDP and social unrest, social divisiveness in this country. And I'll demonstrate that to you in a minute. By targeting National Herald, about which my honourable friend just spoke at some length, about its history, about its origin, about its legacy, about its evolution. By targeting National Herald every now and then, the BJP has in fact disgraced, disrespected and dishonoured the freedom fighters, the stalwarts of this nation and their contributions to the freedom struggle, where incidentally this particular party or its predecessors had absolutely no role to play. Friends, this is truly a very weird case, alleged case, a money laundering case on which summons are issued with no money involved. I have yet to hear of this absolute acrobatics in imagination of creating a summons in respect of an allegation of money laundering where no money is involved. Now I take you back very simply, without being legalistic, without being technical, on 4 or 5 admitted facts. Number 1, and you have to see that it reeks, what I am telling you now, reeks of vendetta, of pettiness, of fear, as my friend said, of political cheapness. The CBI allegations in this regard, or the investigative process in this regard, let me be more accurate, starts with a well-known baiter of the Congress party, Dr. Subramaniam Swamy, and we are taken back to 2014 to 15 period. From 2014 to 15, the ED has not thought it fit till today, because they know they have no material to seek summons about the Congress president or about the former Congress president. Today, on the same facts, exactly the same alleged acts and omissions, not a comma, full stop change, in 22 June or in 22 end May, you are issued summons to divert attention on the same facts by ED. Now, what is the issue on facts, and why I said there is a strange case of alleged money laundering without money? There is, as my friend said, a company called AJL. It's a venerable old company for decades. It carries the great flag of National Herald with the legacy and the evolution we have just discussed. Over the years, it was there to project a thought process, a set of values, but commercially could not succeed. Therefore, commercially, AJL had a lot of financial problems over the decades. Ultimately, the Congress party, which believes in those values, stepped in and over a period of time gave 90 odd crores as financial support at different times. So AJL became an indebted company, a company with debt. Now comes the remarkable thing. AJL did what every company in India does, what every company abroad does, what is known as the basics of corporate activity. It converted its debt into equity. So, this debt of 90 crores was assigned to a new company, and you must note what the new company is. It's called Young India, so that the books of AJL became debt-free. Young India, in turn, which received the debt, was a newly created company under a special provision of the Companies Act, Section 25, which has two very vital conditions. A not-for-profit company it has to be, by definition, by statute, by law, and no dividends can be given to its shareholders or directors. So you cannot create a company where he and I are shareholders and we take 100 rupees, 50 rupees each out of the company. You can't take a penny. This is the nature of the Section 25 company which Young India is. Now the third important facet. He is AJL, I am Young India. By giving his assignment, I start holding his shares, but this company AJL remains just the same. This AJL continues to hold all the properties it was holding earlier. It continues to be the owner of National Herald. It continues to be the printer and publisher. Only change is that I hold the shareholding of AJL. So my question to myself is that a kindergarten student or a first year law student will tell you there is no change of transfer of property. My friend here is AJL, he owns this pen, it continues to own the pen. I start having his shareholding in him, but this pen is continued to be owned by him. It's an independent entity. There is not a transfer of a small pen, nothing. Where is the money laundering? Where does it arise? Where is the money? So there is no money, there is no transfer of property, there is no transfer of money, and yet a charge of money laundering is done. Young India cannot use money in any form which it gets because it can neither pay dividend nor accumulate profit by which it can give out the money. This is why better minds, objective minds, non-malevolent, non-malafide minds close this case. And you know this, we have said so earlier from the podium, as far back as 2015 on the file. But as malafide as this government is, they sack the head of the organization ED at that time, they get a new opinion and they try to reopen, in respect to which 7 years later today, they are summoning the Congress President, the former Congress President, Srimati Sonia Gandhi and Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Friends, this is part of a larger disease. A disease which will consume the ruling party ultimately. The disease is one of attacking every political party purely on vendetta terms. From Kashmir to Kanyakumari. From Farooq Abdullah to DMK functionaries. From Gujarat to West Bengal. From Mewani to Mamta Banerjee and the family of Mamta Banerjee. The BJP has brought or tried to bring malafide every political opponent under the net of puppet agencies like ED, CBI, IT, etc., etc. As my friends say, we will face them. We are not in a bit scared or overawed or intimidated by such cheap tactics. But this interaction is being held to tell you the hollowness, more hollow than a pack of cards, of the essential allegation on which summons is issued. Nothing exists because nothing can exist, and therefore we want you to see it for what it is.